this video may reach you, do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, we are back with part 2 of, black folks' reaction to Donald Trump winning the campaign. And in our previous live, we talked about, how our community has been always looking for a clear savior, a YT savior, a palm-colored savior, however it is that you want to call it. And it is utterly ridiculous that we really are going crashing out like, hey, what's up, Mo? Hey, Enlightening. Like, I've literally been seeing videos of people crying. What's up, Cynthia Tademi? Can one of you all pin my Cash App? Well, type it out so that I could pin it. It's $Love Jones TV. I've literally seen videos of people crying profusely. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, babe. What's up, God's Anointed? I'm sorry I missed her. I completely understand. I almost missed my lives because I'm under 2, but you know what? I got to work. So, I've seen videos of us crying. I've seen, videos of us screaming, like this woman literally screaming at the top of her lungs, oh my God, it's over, life as we know it is over. And I'm just looking around like, I don't mean to laugh. I'm not even trying to like take a dig at, people and their political views, because we're all entitled to feel how we want to feel and to vote how we need to vote. But that is utterly ridiculous. Like, if you're a melanin rich person in this country, what on earth makes you think that the government, first of all, even if you are a clear person in this country, the government don't about damn care about you. They care about you if you are of a particular financial status, social class, like all of those things matter. Race doesn't even matter as much when it comes to politics in a grand scheme of things. Like, how much money you got? Where do you fall, on the spectrum of your finances? So for me to see us crashing out, crying and yelling and acting crazy and running amok and saying we about to be back in Jim Crow and we about to be back in slavery is absolutely diabolical. It is diabolical because we've already had this man as president before. They're like, oh, well, Republicans run the House. Didn't Republicans majority run the House when Biden and Kamala was in office just now? Like, what is going on? Exactly, Erica. They're losing it, and they're losing me, because I always say it's literally the same plane, but just different wings. The same bird, different wings. Same tree, different branches. So what is going on? Like, we legit need to stop focusing so much on who the president is. We need to focus more on who the city officials are, who our council members are, people that are actually on the ground with us. And we need to focus more on what we can do for ourselves. Because no one has ever really come out with an agenda or a plan or any policy directly geared toward the Black community specifically. I've never witnessed that. I've seen things geared toward the Asian community. I've seen things geared toward the LGBT community, specifically for them. I've seen things for other groups of people that's not even American citizens. But I haven't yet to see anything that was specifically for the Black community. Yet y'all are out here falling out, passing out, throwing up, crying, trying to act like y'all want to stage a riot because Donald Trump is the president. And look, don't get me wrong. And it's very tricky for me to even come up here and talk to you all about this, because I feel like y'all think that I'm automatically for Trump, or no, I'm not for any of these motherfuckers, because have they really ever truly been for us? And this is what we were just talking about earlier. And it's just like, at the end of the day, y'all going crazy for people that don't ever really come through for you. They make promises. They don't even barely make any promises. They just shook and jive and put on a minstrel show and say, if you don't vote for this person, you ain't black. And they say they just pump fake and scam you out and pretend to be you. They try to play relatability politics with bitches twerking all over the place. It just, the math don't ever math. But what do we ever really see get accomplished for us? Trump could walk on water and they would say it's because he don't know how to swim. Check. And I made a TikTok and I was like, I said, when Trump was in office, what happened to us? What happened to black folk when Trump was in office? I mean, we did experience a pandemic. That absolutely happened. But what happened to us? Like, were we getting unalived in the streets? Were we not allowed to go into certain establishments by the droves? Because people already discriminate. That's just our experience in this country, period. We go into certain stores and certain establishments. They follow us around. That has been happening forever. We were unalived more under Obama than we were under Trump. I'm just asking y'all, like, why is everybody passing out and going into convulsions because this man is in office again? Like, was your life really that bad when he was in office the first time? Like, what really happened? Is it just me? And then shouts out to Quaisha, one of my mod babes. She was like, oh, you know, when Trump was in office, I lost my job and it was so hard for me to get another job. And I was like, when Biden was in office, I lost a job and the whole fucking business shut down. They couldn't even afford to keep the lights on. They couldn't even afford to continue to rent or lease out the space that they were operating their business in. That's what happened when Biden was in office and how I got laid off from a job. So at the end of the day, people lose their jobs under every regime, under every administration. That happens. That's a natural thing. But I'm just trying to figure out what monumental things happened to black folk when Trump was in office. And what monumental things happened to black folk when Biden was in office. When I look around, I don't see nothing. It's crickets. I don't see anything. Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He got in office and ain't do a motherfucking thing for black people. All right, now let me know. Because maybe it's me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm ill-informed. Did something happen? Thank you, Wally. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you, baby. Did something monumental happen for us when we had a Democratic president? I just need to know. Maybe I don't know. So let me know. Let me know. Because I remember when Bill Clinton was in office, him and Hillary, she was calling niggas super predators. They had stop and frisk on and popping. It was, I mean, like, what are we talking about? They was locking y'all up and throwing away the motherfucking key for marijuana. Y'all was in jail real bad. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what did the Democrats do for the black folk real bad, to whereas y'all crying and throwing up and passing out and talking about, oh, we gonna be in slavery. What did the Democrat? Can somebody please tell me? Somebody tell me. I'm just really trying to understand. Everybody up in here, double tap the screen. Hey, Lachey, double tap the screen. I might do a call in later so you could tell me. I'm really not trying to be funny. And this is not me saying that I'm for any political party. I just need to tell y'all that. I'm just saying that either way, in my opinion, there's no difference. It doesn't matter who's in office. We need to band together and get ourselves together, because nobody really has our best interest at heart. There's way too many of y'all watching and way too little bitty likes. Everybody up in here right now, double tap the screen. We need at least like 50 more likes, bitch. Y'all got me fucked up. Play with your father, not me. Everybody double tap the screen. I'm objectively wrong. How? How? Type it in the chat and tell me how I'm wrong. How have we fared under any political party? What have they done specifically for our community? I want to know. And I'm not talking about the country as a whole, Because yes, we are a part of the country. So if there's a law that's passed, generally speaking, that everybody's benefiting from, how Kamala said, no, Kamala literally said, no, I'm not going to do anything specific for the Black community. I'm not going to do that. I will do things that will benefit everybody as a whole. Absolutely, things have happened that have benefited everyone as a whole. But specifically for the Black folk, I don't know. What giving money to the HBCUs? I mean, like, Trump did that too. Like, we're grasping at the straws. I don't see it. Why do people need to get singled out and get a reward? People like us need to, I'm speaking about this because we are taking it particularly hard that Trump is in office, and I'm trying to figure out why. Why? And I spoke about this earlier, like people like, oh, we don't want him to take away women's rights. And I said, whatever is going to happen with that has already happened. It's up to the states. It's a state by state thing that is already in play. And the Dems have allowed women's rights to be infringed upon by allowing men that all of a sudden feel like they identify as women to infiltrate our sports arenas, to come into the locker rooms with us, to come into the bathrooms with us, to go into the prisons with us. That has infringed on biological women's rights as well. So I feel like it is two sides of the same coin. It's just pick your poison. And this is not no slight to anybody that's, whatever it is that you are, you have a right to be yourself. However, that infringes on my rights if I have to compete against somebody with an XY chromosome. Because on a chromosomal level, you're stronger. It just is what it is. We're not the same. Now you could put on the same things as me. You could get some of these. You could do all of the things, but at the end of the day, we're not the same on a biological level. We're just not. And that's okay. And that's okay. But has that not been happening underneath the Dems and the liberals? Y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but I'm really not trying to like be disrespectful to anybody. I'm just logically speaking, like, Black people going so hard for politics when these people don't ever really do anything for you, just for you. So why y'all acting like the world is about to end? Thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much for the donation, baby. I appreciate you. This is nonsense. I mean, oh my God, no wonder so many Democrats turned conservative this time around. What do you mean, what's nonsense? I first of all, I didn't turn anything. I'm just saying on either side, I don't think that anybody is really for us. And I'm speaking specifically to my community right now. Like, usually I speak generally, but specifically right now, I'm talking to Black people, quote unquote Black people. I'm not talking to other races of people. Like, y'all are welcome to be in this conversation, but I'm speaking specifically to Black people because I see Black people crashing out all over the internet. Like, crashing out bad. And I'm like, we already had him in office before. And we also had Kamala and Biden in office, and not a damn thing happened for us. So what, if anything, shit got more expensive. I'm just so confused. I'm just really trying to figure it out. You're making a whole bunch of sense. Keep going. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or what. What do I do for my community? First of all, I'm not a politician. I speak to women specifically about self-love and, stepping more into your power and leveling up. We are very spiritually inclined. We talk about herbs and how to physically improve your body, your cognitive function, all of those things, all of the good things. But I'm not into politics like that. But we're talking about these things right now because this is what everybody's talking about. So if this is not for you, then get the fuck on, okay? Get on. I'm saying specifically because I'm seeing Black people crash out. I'm trying to understand why are they so up in arms and crashing out real bad. That's it. This is not me saying that you're wrong for wanting Kamala to win. I'm not saying that you're wrong for being a Black for Trump. I'm not saying any of these things. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I just don't understand why people are crying and throwing up and acting like, put some clothes on. I have on clothes. I'm gonna block you since since the view is disturbing your peace. We need like 10 more likes. Everybody up in here, double tap the screen, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Everybody up in here, double tap the screen. She's not putting Trump or Kamala down. Yeah, I'm really not. I'm speaking in general. All insurances is higher, all utilities are higher, mortgage fees are higher, rent is higher, financing fees are higher. We all work 2 to 3 gigs. Amanda, so you're saying that this is because of Donald Trump that everything is higher? I'm asking specifically. Are you saying that everything is higher because of Donald Trump? What is a subscribe? There should be, yes, it's because of Donald Trump. Okay, so how? Do I want to make out? Absolutely not. Hey, Queen Keish. You're very beautiful, but your body is for your husband's eyes. Do you want me to block you so that you won't watch me sit here with like literally a sports bra that I would wear to the gym or to like walk around and stretch and do yoga and get my 10,000 steps in? Like, y'all act like I'm sitting up here with a bikini on. If you're offended by what I'm wearing, then I think you should just click off, okay? That's it, and that's all. I thought he was going to lower food prices. Who, Biden or Trump? I'm confused because we just have 4 years of Biden. So are you guys saying that Trump is the reason why everything was so much higher and not Biden? I feel bad for people who let whoever's presidents rule their mind, that part. Trump made a deal with the OPEC showing, I can't see, slowing down production, increase in oil prices and fuel prices when the pandemic was ending. You're beautiful. They saying that because you have a big top. Sports bra. Thank you, baby. I think it was rigged. I'm focused on the curls more than anything. Thank you. Instead of promoting all this nonsense in the black community, they need to do like they did in the days of Black Wall Street, focus on science, STEM, a doctor, a lawyer. I agree. I don't believe in giving anybody, especially the black community, anything. The reason is they are the first of our kind and they are the most influential. So it's not about giving, you know, at the end of the day, we should have the same way it was a stop hate, Asian hate crime bill. We should have been had that. There was a black man that was lynched recently. There's still sundown towns. So for you all to be acting like racism and all that shit don't exist, there are still sundown towns. Why in the fuck don't we have a bill that protects us against hate crimes? Just as simple as that. Just as something just as fucking simple as that. There are still sundown towns that if my melanin-rich brown skin ass go to, they're likely to hunt me and hang me from a fucking tree. This is still happening in 2024. A family just had to bury their son that was hanging from a fucking tree. He was lynched in 2024. Why don't we have a fucking hate crime bill the way that the Asian community has? And it's because nobody who passed that for them. Is y'all picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? So y'all sitting up here acting like these motherfuckers give a fuck about y'all. They don't give a fuck about y'all. It don't matter if it's a Kamala, Biden. It doesn't matter. They do these things for other groups of people, but not us. Because we don't require shit. But for them to shuck and jive and fucking pop it. You're goofy, you stupid bitch. Get the fuck out my chat. Where you work at? I work. Don't play with me. You getting the fuck up out of here too. Bitch. Stay out the woods. You getting blocked too. You fucking don't make sure you don't. Nasty heifer. Your mother is a nasty, dirty, fucking rotten bitch with a stinky coochie. Don't ever play with me. So angry. Of course, you would call a black woman angry when she shows passion and concern for the state of her community, and when she's merely asking a question as to why her community is crashing out over any politician, when a motherfucker could still hang us from a tree and nothing is done. It's not even looked at as a hate crime. And when we clearly know where that stems from, when there's teachers in classrooms acting like they're fucking telling a black student to pretend to be George Floyd and putting a knee on his neck, that is insane. That is okay in this country. And y'all say, oh, we don't need to do nothing specifically for black people. As if we don't get targeted still. Like I said, y'all want to be in denial. There are still sundown towns. So we putting all of our love and our invested interest in any of these politicians, but they will get up in your face and say, I'm not doing nothing specifically for you. When there's plenty of things that I could think of that could be done for us. The main one is just give us a stop the hate crime, a no hate crime bill. We gonna sit up here and act like bitches, Karens don't call the police on us just for barbecuing or just for walking down the street. They don't pretend like somebody did something to them. That should be a criminal offense. There was a young girl in her college. I can't remember the name of the college, but a young, beautiful, darker skinned woman, and a white girl attacked her and called her nigga on campus. And she was just trying to do her job to make sure that everyone was in their room, by curfew. The white college girl, all she got was expelled. She should have been charged with a fucking hate crime. Y'all acting like these things don't exist. They do. But whenever it's time to vote, all y'all need is somebody to shook and jive and twerk a little something and call somebody else a racist and claim they you when they the fuck not and ain't never relate to you and don't even relate to you. Y'all get on my nerves real bad. Thank you. Some people are crashing out because he wants to bring back stopping and frisking. Then he's also going to give them immunity. Then they will unalive us. That's why people are freaking out, especially women. I don't believe that he'll just be able to do that, but we just gonna have to see because Congress still exists, you guys. He ain't gonna be able to just give the po-po full immunity. And that happened under Reagan, where the police and the pharmaceutical company, they don't, if the police pow you down in the street, who paying? When you sue, who paying that money? It's not the police. They still get their pension. They get to retire or they get to step down and go and join another police force. Why y'all acting like we not already living through all of this shit that y'all claim y'all so fucking scared of? We're living in it. But I digress because ignorance is bliss. And y'all just, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not on one side. I'm on the side of not being a dumbass and not just drinking the Kool-Aid because we've been programmed and indoctrinated into believing that one group favors us and has our best interest over the other when in reality, neither favors us or has our best interest. So for people to be crying and crashing out and throwing up and making it seem like it's World War fucking 5 is insane to me. It's insane. Lachey, didn't they already have it? Didn't Kamala say she couldn't do this and that at the border because the Republicans own the House and that's why she couldn't pass certain? They already these are regurgitated things that I feel like I'm continuously hearing. Because when everybody was asking her, well, why haven't you done this while you were still in office? Oh, well, Congress controls the money. Congress is in control of. Either way, we need to stop putting so much of our focus and interest on people that have shown us time and time again that we don't matter, which is the fucking government as a whole. The government as a whole, bitch, like just as a whole. And we need to really figure us out as a people and how we can come together and what we can do to make changes for ourselves. because we put so much energy. And I said this in my earlier live. Damn, why is this like cemented shut? I said this in my earlier live, like, the Black community was able to raise millions of dollars for Kamala once she announced that she was gonna run. And I'm like, could you imagine if that money would have went directly into our communities and directly funded some things that we actually needed, like directly funded impoverished neighborhoods, directly funded orphanages, directly funded women that were experiencing DV, and, you know, directly funded all of the issues that we're facing in our communities, directly went into building up our communities. Millions and millions for a woman that literally said we're not going to do anything specifically for the Black community. I'm just happy that men won't be in the bathroom disguising themselves as women. Thank you, Jesse Butch, for the super sticker, baby. And that's what I was talking about. And this is why it's so tricky for me to talk about these things, because under that group, that is what was happening. So women saying, oh, we're losing rights as women, they're taking our rights away. We was losing rights on either side. Men was acting like they was us, telling us to shut the fuck up, doing commercials for always tampons and pads. So you're literally taking jobs away from biological women. You don't get a period. What the fuck is going on? It's a bizarro world that you all think that that is better than having a little bit more regulations on how many weeks you have to be in order to get a termination. Because that is already in play. That Roe versus Wade, that happened under Biden. Even if it's because of something that Trump put into play, it already happened. We're already living in all of the things that y'all are so afraid of. Like, really think about it. But allowing men to be you and to come into your space and beat you the fuck up as an MMA fighter because he put a wig on? What the fuck? That's not infringing on your rights as a woman? Are you kidding me? They transitioning your fucking kids in pre-K? That's not infringing on your rights as a mother? They're taking your kids away if you are not playing into the fucking delusions of a fucking 2-year-old that said, oh, I want to be Superman. Oh, he's a boy. Put him on the pills. That is what's been happening under... All right, I need to calm down because I just need to calm down. I'm just saying, y'all, putting stuff in the water, absolutely. There's a chemical called astravine that's been being pumped, allegedly, into the water, predominantly in Atlanta. And what's going on in Atlanta? Literally, a chemical that's found in frogs that's able to sex change. Love is love. Love who you love. Be who you want. But chemically castrating children, I'm not for that shit. I'm not. So what's worse? If I had to, y'all not gonna like me for this, and it's so sad that we really can't have our own opinions, and we're so heavily indoctrinated into believing things and not thinking logically. And I spoke about these things before this presidential race, before Trump was even running again. I spoke to you all about this, and guess what happened? My channel, we're not gonna put that out there again, but my original love bugs, my day ones, y'all know what happened when I spoke about these things. I spoke about this already. This is not something that I'm just now trying to say to try to sound like I'm a Trumpy. That's not my vibe at all. Hey, Indica, what's up, boo? Where is my goddamn... I don't see it. I'm trying to find something and I do not see it. Oh, it's probably over here. Look, it doesn't even matter. Like, okay. So y'all could feel like I'm being divisive or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, He's already in office. Exactly, Amberella. That's my whole point. That is my whole point. That's why I'm like, to see people crying, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, bitch, he was already president. Did anything happen to you? Like, you crying and throwing up and passing out. This woman was crashing out in her car, like yelling and screaming, about to kick the window out. I'm like, girl, do you see what you look like? Like, girl, this ain't none of this ain't never really truly been for us, and it's because we don't require anything. That's why they still can lynch us and hang us like strange fruit. This is happening right now. A young man literally just got hung from a tree. Why isn't there a hate crime bill for black people? Watermelon, bitch, watermelon is the best thing for people with melanin. They've tried to weaponize that against us so we won't eat the things that we actually need. But you're getting blocked because you're trying to be racist. We don't require anything, and then we crying and crashing out like they do anything for us. I'm so confused. I am confusion. The crying and the crashing out. What, y'all thought Kamala was going to get in there and change your whole life around? She said she wasn't going to do shit for your ass. No, I haven't heard Donald Trump say that either, and that's my point. We don't ask for anything. We just up here just looking around like dumb, deaf, blind, and mute. We don't have the right leaders. We need to figure out am I supposed to get into politics? Maybe in my 40s I'll get into politics. Maybe I should. Because I need to just like become more well-versed. Take a couple courses, study under some people that actually know what they're talking about. I'm not part of this matrix, so I could care either way. God is my president. I feel you. Get them puppies. All right, let me block you. I don't have time for this shit. Bitch, get out of here. You literally have soft skin like me. Yeah. What did it do for me was they said everyone who voted for Donald Trump should be pow. God's anointed, that's out of control. This is what I'm saying. I'm like, people are so divisive when it comes to politics as if either side has done any fucking thing for you. But I don't know, Chad. I do not know. We really need community building and community leaders. There's no reason unity or structure in the black community. That is my whole point. There's no structure. Like, there's really nothing you could argue to about like who's better, because what oh, this one is better because it's just all entertainment and smoke and mirrors at this point. This is all entertainment and smoke and mirrors at this point. Exactly. That's what I said, Travis, earlier. Same plane, two different wings. Same tree, two different branches. And people get so hell-bent on fighting each other over these political ideologies and over these candidates that really, especially us, how are we benefiting? I mean, hopefully, there's some tax breaks and inflation goes down, and things are a little more affordable, because, baby, we can all agree that groceries and everything else has went the fuck up. Nobody can lie about that. Nobody can lie about that. And a lot of the resources that are being allocated to people that are coming here illegally has gone the fuck up. We cannot lie about that. I've seen luxury buildings in Brooklyn, New York, because New York is an asylum state, for people that are not legal citizens, and yet I also see a million fucking crackheads on the corner, a million homeless people, a million people that probably have mental illness, a million people that probably just are down and out and down on their luck with no place to go, and they're American citizens. I mean, I've never been to Skid Row personally in LA. However, I've looked at Skid Row on YouTube and I was flabbergasted. Like, I couldn't believe that. And those are, a lot of those people are American citizens. I don't know, child. I don't know. Thank you, Emerald. Hi, shouts out to Germany. I've noticed multiple instances where schools districts go downhill while the superintendent's usually brought in from out of state. Then the money gets ripped. Isn't he cutting off veterans assistance and elderly parents? That's not right. If that's the case, I don't agree with that either. Everybody up in here, double tap the screen. Let us have 10 more likes. What happened with your channel last time, LJ? Was it the politics show? Don't want to risk. We was talking about people that switched over, going into bathrooms and being able to play sports and doing the ads for the tampons. We were talking about that. And yeah. Because that definitely infringes on my women's rights. We fought to have our own spaces for safety reasons. And for anybody who wants to try to challenge that, you're being disingenuous. My great-grandparents immigrated here through Cuba. I don't agree with housing so many illegals and not taking care of your own citizens or people who came through proper channels. Yeah, you fought. I haven't had a fight since December. They've been taking the children to Puerto Rico. I don't know what's going on, but none of it is okay. None of it is okay. I don't think any children should be taken away from their parents. I don't think, I think people should really try to build up their own economies in their own countries. And I don't think that America should be funding wars. If you're going to help other countries, help the people in your country. Like, there's literally wars going on in fucking Chirac right now. I remember Amarella was like, Chicago's literally called Chirac. There's wars going on in Florida. I remember Faith said it's called murder. Ooh, I can't say that. The M-word city. There's people fighting wars amongst each other in America. There's impoverished communities in America. You don't need to be funding other wars when you could be like helping to stop the wars that's going on amongst American citizens. I never heard him say he was going to take benefits from veterans. That's wild if he said that. I feel like I've always heard him saying like the veterans are on the streets and that is not okay. Like, I've never heard him say that, but that's terrible. Coming to on the song talking about Coolio, check it out when you can. I believe you knew him. He was a real one. Okay, boo, I'll check that out. Shouts out to Storm Monroe. He popping with the content today. PR has the water tunnels Maxwell was driving through the submarines. Everybody needs to stop thinking feminism is doing anything for women. It's literally doing nothing for y'all except take away women's spaces and minimize what being a real woman is. Real effing talk. Y'all get on my nerves when y'all come over here with that feminism bullshit. At the end of the day, I absolutely believe women deserve to get equal pay for the amount of work that they do, and they deserve to get recognized for how they contribute to society. However, I am a melanin-rich woman in this country. I've never had to fight any fucking where. My ancestors, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, didn't have to fight for the right to work and to be outside of the fucking house. Never got to rest in femininity. Always had to work. Always had to contribute and be a leader in the household. So please stop with that bullshit. Thank you. Y'all get up here saying, feminism? Bitch, what? Do you see me? A woman that looked like me in the days of old was on the field. Or maybe in between, because I'm not so dark and I'm pretty. And then sharecropping, and then working in the factories and doing the domestic work for the clear women, rearing their children, being the nannies, the maids, the help. When the fuck did we ever have to fight to go to work? Like, what are we talking about here? Shut up. Y'all really be like trying me. Y'all be trying me. Y'all be trying me. Y'all be trying me so fucking hard. Yeah, I don't think I don't think that, because he has people that he have to answer to, I don't feel like they're going to allow cops to just have full immunity. I feel like that's just shit that he's talking just to sound good during the goddamn campaign trail. I mean, and unfortunately, cops already have partial immunity. They don't have full immunity, but it's very rare that cops are actually convicted of like unaliving people. They never have to pay. Their wages aren't garnished. If there's a civil suit, the popo ain't, and it's not coming out of their pockets. That is already kind of the world that we live in. It's fucked up. Wish males will stop telling us what a woman is. We are not appliances to use for your leisure. We are fully actualized human beings who deserve every basic human right everyone else has. Period. All O see is victim mentality. Who the fuck is O? And if that's all you see, then now you can see the door, bitch. Blocked. Honey, you got this. You will do great. Trust the process. Thank you. Pretty late luck. Thank you. I just feel like we need to create our own systems. We need to create our own stuff. And we need to stop thinking that we can rely on the government. And if we are going to try to act like we relying on them, we at least need to go to them and say, hey, you want the black popular vote? Then this is what we need. Not just nothing. Fucking, like, what? Cops ain't into that part. Everybody double tap the screen. We need 5 more likes. I just don't want it to get worse, because then the unalives our men and women would definitely increase. I hope that I don't want it to get worse either. But when he was president, it didn't increase. We don't know if he's going to do something different this time around. We don't know. We're just going to have to see, because it already is what it is. So even though we could be like, oh, we don't want him to be the president, he's the president again. So instead of focusing so much on that, we need to focus on what we can do amongst ourselves, because not near one of them is going to do shit. Kamala wasn't going to do a damn thing, but probably have us. He probably ain't going to do nothing. It's just like, every stream I see people preaching about Jesus. Okay, so go over there, baby. Go over there with the people preaching about Jesus. Go make yourself happy. Do what you got to do. Shouts out to you, Marcia. It's just you can't have your own opinions because people attack you. And it's very scary. Like, I've seen it. If you say, I think Trump is a better president than Kamala, you get attacked. Oh, you're not a black woman. Oh my God, you're a terrible human being. If you say, I think Kamala is better than Trump, then people will attack you as well. Oh, she's trash. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. She's going to run us in the ground. Biden, they already had us the inflation. So it's like you cannot really have your own opinion without somebody attacking you, because everybody's so emotionally driven when it comes to politics. And I understand. And this is why I never really talk about it. But since he's already in office, we could have this certain type of conversation amongst each other because he's already in motherfucking office. Ain't nothing nobody could do. It is what it is. Logically speaking, the only thing we can try to start to do is do us. Now, I don't know how that looks. I don't know where that starts. I don't know how that starts. But at least we can start by having a conversation about it. I was excited for Kamala's child tax increase and the 25,000 home buyer grants and business grants. A lot of people can't even afford to open business grants, and Black people are the least likely to get loans or grants or anything to start a business. And what about people that don't have children? And what she was going to do for the homes, from what I saw, from what I remember, was only going to be for people that were not American citizens. People talk about Kamala bad. The woman is accomplished, very well educated and classy. Let's just stop degrading that woman. Like her or not, her credentials are outstanding. She definitely did do her big one, and I'm actually proud of her that she entered into the race. I feel like she didn't have a fair shot because people didn't vote for her. Like, she just slid in there because Joe Biden was incapacitated somewhere. And I don't think that she was really the people's choice because she didn't win the primaries before. But she did a great job with the resources and the time frame that she had. I think she ran a good campaign. I don't think that it was terrible. However, I don't give a fuck about all of that. Like, I am just thinking about us and how brainwashed we are into believing that anybody's going to put on a cape and be a savior for our community. He's not going to do it, and she wasn't going to do it. She said she wasn't going to do it. And we see how this motherfucker parades around. The only difference is he ain't all smoke and mirrors. You know what you're going to get with him. With her, it's smoke and mirrors. You don't know. The luck of the draw. What color do I want to do? I have one that's gray. I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. Maybe I'll do something shiny. Exactly. My husband and I were just talking about that. What do you need to be saved from? I need to be saved from this one time when I was 10 years old. I was on a road trip with my grandparents, and we were on our way to Tennessee, to Knoxville, Tennessee, because my aunt was getting a master's degree, and we were all so proud of her. And I had to use the bathroom really badly. I was 10 years old. We rode through a town. There was a cross that looked like it had just been burnt to a crisp. We stopped at a gas station before we got to the cross, and I didn't use the bathroom. And I remember my grandfather bought me an ice cream, and I was like, I gotta pee. And while we were at the gas station, the clerk said, do not stop in the next town that you are about to pass through. We were somewhere in Tennessee. There are still sundown towns that I need to be saved from. If I want to go and travel somewhere at night or at a certain time in the night, I still can't take my ass certain places. This happened when I was 10 years old. I experienced that myself. I saw a fucking cross that looked like it was burnt. And this was not that long ago. I'm not that old. Y'all be trying to say I'm 40 plus. I'm still in my 30s. This is still happening to this day. There should have been a crime bill passed to protect Black people from hate crimes. That is the one thing that I feel like we need to be safe from. Like I've said multiple times, there are still young Black men that have been lynched. There was a recent story of a young Black man that was in one of these sundown towns. He was a truck driver and he was hunted. This is still happening in 2024. So for you all to say racism ain't real, racism, yes, the fuck it is, you stupid, dumb fucking bitch. I still cannot go certain places. Right now, it's 6:21. If I was in certain parts of the motherfucking South, I wouldn't be able to go outside, or my life would be in danger. That is still happening. Why don't we have a crime bill to protect us from hate crimes? A bitch that's clear as day with blonde hair and blue eyes could call the police on me and nothing will happen to her. I will get swatted, possibly gunned down, and nothing will happen. And she's only doing that because I'm black. Those are the type of things that we need protection from. As ignorant as y'all like to pretend that y'all are, as dense, this is still happening. I'm gonna block you, but this is still happening. Why isn't there a crime bill to protect me from that? But Asian people got a crime bill to protect them because the variant started in China, which it came out that it did, and people were hating on the Asians. I'm not a liar. Your mother's a fucking liar, you stupid bitch. I'm in Charlotte, and it's a more progressive area, and still seeing racism here. It's worse in many places. The lack of hate crime bills for us with all this melanated people have been through as well. Thank you, Amberella. And they getting up here saying, what do black people experience? Bitch, I cannot go walk outside in the dark in certain towns. That is still happening. Bitch. And this is not to say that the Asians didn't deserve a crime bill. I'm not saying that because they got one, they shouldn't have deserved. No, I'm saying if they can do it easily with the stroke of a pen for a certain group of people that don't experience not nearly what the fuck we experience or have experienced and still is experiencing. I'm not talking about the days of old, you stupid bitch. I don't want you to come up here and say, oh, that was in, the days of old. No, bitch, I'm talking about 2024. Don't tell me to calm down. Scram hoe. There was a lady who did a video where FedEx told her she cannot deliver in some towns because they are in fact sundown towns. But yet they acting like we don't deserve a crime bill, like this is really not still happening. This is happening present day. How is that okay? How is that okay? Why don't we have a crime bill? But yet if we don't vote for the Democrats, we ain't black. And people crashing out because people voted for Trump. It's just... Just because racism is more covert does not mean that it does not still exist. The grant is for all Americans. Some of my fam and friends took advantage of the 10,000 and 20,000 grants. Also, the grants are already existing, so Kamala didn't have nothing to do with that then. That was something that Biden did, if that's the case. If they already got them, shit, let me see if I can get one. Sundown towns. Okay, let's Google it. A sundown town is a community that excludes non-white people, particularly African Americans, from living within its borders. The term comes from signs that would direct non-white people to leave town by sundown. Sundown towns were a common feature of the United States from the end of the Reconstruction era in 1877 through the Civil Rights Movement in the mid-20th century. They still exist to this day. They were established by white officials and residents as a way to control black people through intimidation and violence. Sundown towns use a variety of tactics to enforce racial segregation. Signs. Some towns will post signs that explicitly enforce racial instructions. For example, Anna, Illinois was known for its sign that said, "Ain't no niggers allowed." Violence. Sundown towns will collectively use violence such as public lynchings to enforce racial segregation. Housing discrimination. Sundown towns could use exclusionary covenants to prevent black people from owning property. Freeze outs. Sundown towns could systemically deny services to people of color, such as in restaurants, motels, healthcare, and housing. The number of sundown towns has decreased since the Civil Rights Movement and the Civil Rights Act of 1968, but it's difficult to know the exact number. It decreased, but it's not abolished. That shit still exists. Now, how in the fuck are they still sundown towns in 2024? Yet we're voting, actively voting for how is that? Child, I ain't got the time. Like I said, y'all, it don't matter. Donald Trump is in the office. So now what? What are we going to do now? What are we going to do now that he's in office? Now what? Now what? So you know it ain't gonna be the easiest for me to just Google a sundown town, child, because you already know the game is rigged, the board is rigged. But I'm gonna see if I could Google search some sundown towns, child, because they ain't gonna have that shit on the internet. You just got to roll up and motherfuckers look at you a certain way or tell you don't get your ass out that car once you cross that border, like they told my grandfather. And I had to use the bathroom and I could not get out and I had to hold it until we crossed through a whole fucking town because it was a sundown town. Oh, look at what pops up. What towns are sundown towns in Texas? What towns are sundown towns in North Carolina, PA, Georgia, Indiana, Florida, Ohio, Illinois? All we need is for a bitch to shake something, twerk something. All we need is a $1,200 stimulus check. That's all we require. Ciao. Wow. Ohio, Fairborn, Green Hills, Marion, Reading, Utica, and Waverly are sundown towns in Ohio. In Kentucky, at least 60 of Kentucky's 762 towns are sundown towns. This is 2020 fucking 4, bitch. In California, there are 111 sundown towns in California, bitch. Why are you so desperate for it? You were desperate for attention because why would you even say that? You want me to fucking talk to you because nobody cares about you in real life. I don't know how to pronounce this. Antioch, California had a sundown ordinance that barred Chinese residents from being out in public after dark. Dearborn, Michigan has a sundown town. African American workers at the Ford Motor Company were not allowed to own homes in Dearborn. List of sundown towns in the United States. This is 2020 fucking 4. Which state has the most sundown towns? Illinois has the most sundown towns. So don't take your ass to Illinois, okay? Don't take your ass to Illinois. They have the most sundown towns. This is fucking sickening. Oh my God. Sundown towns, a hidden dimension of American racism. This is happening right now. Right now. This is happening right now. Why don't we talk about this? Why is nobody talking about there being hundreds and hundreds of sundown towns that still exist in 2024? How is this okay? And y'all think racism just went away? Y'all think it just went away? What do you mean she quiet now? What the fuck are you talking about? She quiet now. Shut the fuck up. Don't let the sun go down on you in this town. We equate these words to the Jim Crow South, but in a sweeping analysis of American residential patterns, award-winning and best-selling author James W. Lowland demonstrates that strict racial exclusion was the norm in towns and villages across the United States from sea to shining sea for much of the 20th century. This is still happening, baby. Child, go do some research on it yourself. Hey, what's up, Quaisha? Driving scared. Is your town a sundown town? And this is an article from 2022, child. I was expecting a flashing light and siren behind me as soon as I passed the police car. I had an anxious feeling that he would be coming after me. I was passing through a small town in Ohio, a state I had lived my entire life, and I did not see a lot of people that looked like me or had my skin color. Never mind that it was 2019 and I was doing nothing wrong. My license was up to date. I was carrying car insurance and driving a vehicle that was well taken care of. There are still some places that are not too friendly to people of color when you are caught driving after a certain hour. There are still some places that are not too friendly to color people when you're caught driving after a certain hour. My husband was sitting next to me, and we had determined he would just remain silent since he has a heavy Caribbean accent. We did not want to do or say anything that might be interpreted as escalating an already tense situation. We did not want to make the police officer feel like we were a threat. Incidences of fatal encounters between black drivers and police were constantly in the news. A mere traffic stop had the risk of escalating into a fatal situation. We are literally living like this every day, and people say, "Oh, what is racist? What could a white person do that you can't do?" Bitch, drive safely without your heart palpitating that you're about to get pow down in your car. Go through any town you want to go through in America without you being afraid of a lynch mob. The police officer approached the car with one hand on his side where I could see pow and asked where I was going. I told him I was passing through. He asked where I was coming from. I politely explained. He then asked if I was lost. I wasn't. In fact, I was using my GPS. Finally, he politely pointed to a street and informed me that using that route would get me on my way quicker. Yes, sir. I said, thank you. I got the hint. Staying within the speed limit, I took the quickest route out of there. I watched him follow behind my car slowly in the rear view mirror. When I reached the outskirts of the town, he could see we were on our way. He turned and went the other direction. Later, I researched the town and I discovered it had been listed as one of Ohio's sundown towns. This happened in 2019. This article was published in 2022. Nobody talks about sundown towns, but yet everybody make it seem like we are fucking deluded and delusional when we say racism is still a thing. We still cannot comfortably navigate throughout this country where we are citizens that we helped to build, where we pay taxes. Yet we keep gunning gang ho for these politicians, and this is still very much a huge fucking thing in this country. It's the ignorance for me. We too ignorant out here. Like we too comfortable because the racism is no longer over. It's covert racism now. Because you don't see a sign everywhere that says, "Nigger, you can't drink here," you think that it has gone away. But 111 sundown towns in California? Bitch, ain't that a liberal state? The police got to escort you out the town because you're not supposed to be there after hours in 2019? What's really going on? Anna, Texas. Damn, my laptop is dying. I gotta go grab my charger. I've never heard anybody talk about sundown towns ever. Nobody ever. Have you all? I don't hear anybody talk about this shit. I don't hear people talk about this. Maybe I'm just not on the right side of, you know, I mean, I've seen the instances where the guys have like literally been chased out of towns, but I don't mean like, I don't hear anybody talk about it when, as far as politics is concerned. I don't hear anybody say anything about like, this is a problem that like we need to rectify. Like, exactly, Amberella, that part. In conversation with close encounter, like people that you actually talk to. But we don't hear anybody on national television say, why are there still so many sundown towns in 2024? That's my point, Amberella. That's my point. And we don't have anything to protect us from this type of shit that's still going on. It just says Anna, Texas is a city north central Collin County located on State Highway. It doesn't tell me. What does Anna mean? Oh, what does Anna mean in Texas? Oh, nearly everyone I talk to in Anna in Union County knows that Anna stands for Ain't No Niggas Allowed. Wow. So Anna means ain't no niggas allowed in Texas. So if you hear somebody saying Anna, this is still going on. Child, and racism is dead. Anna means ain't no niggas allowed. So literally, if we go to certain states, it'll feel like we just stepped back into 1950. Like, that's crazy. Ain't no niggas allowed. And yet y'all out here crying and throwing up over these politicians? That's what y'all doing. Y'all pouring all of y'all energy into these politicians that have been in office. They've been working. Wasn't Kamala like what was she? Attorney General in the state of California? She was fighting to get parents arrested for having their children come to school late, but ain't nobody doing nothing about the sundown towns though. She wasn't fighting to pass no laws to abolish that. I said what I said. I don't care. Y'all can feel however y'all want. These motherfuckers don't give a shit about you. Not two shits. They just want an energy harvest off of that ass. And that's exactly what they do every 4 years, this time of year. Energy harvesting at its finest. So if people complaining moving forward, Quaisha, you just gonna be ticked off, baby girl, because people gonna complain. That's human nature. Even if Kamala would have gotten office and everybody would have got their way and she would have did a terrible job, people would have been complaining about that. Everybody gonna complain. That's just human nature. We don't know what we're gonna get. And this is why I'm just like, I'm not on either side of these motherfuckers. Because you never know what you're gonna get. They don't care about you, period. They really the fuck don't. Now we will never know, you know, what it would have been like if she was in office. It could have been worse than whatever he's gonna do. You don't know. It's all smoke and mirrors. Why is it only 6:42 and it feels like it's fucking after midnight? Like, what the hell is going on? That's an updated green book for Black travelers for safety. There's an updated... The fact that we even, Courtney, the fact that we even need a travel book for safety in 2024 is fucking insane. And this is not, we don't bring this up. Why are they not talking about this shit on CNN? They not talking about this on CNN. They talking about, oh, this person is a flaming hot Cheeto, and oh, this person. Who gives a fuck about any of that shit? Bitch, we can't even go certain places in this country. It really is a magic trick. Like, we are under some heavy MK Ultra. Like, honestly, because this is ridiculous. In 2024, I can't go to certain places after a certain time. And it gets dark at 5 o'clock now. So you mean to tell me if I was around these places, I'd have to be inside by 4 p.m.? How is this legal? It's because racism never fucking died. It just switched places and it just switched. Still better than January 6th. What happened January 6th? Rather, their Black community needs to regroup, also exclude. It's going too quick. People of color, because they show their hands too. That part too. Just a bunch of hocus pocus. That part. Shoot, I think Biden and Kamala for my student loan removal and child tax credit. Shouts out to them. Some people with no kids or student loans can't relate or understand how helpful that was. I'm glad you got what you needed, Lachey. And that's my point. I'm not saying that they don't do anything. And I said this. I don't know if y'all heard me. That they haven't done anything that's going to benefit everybody as a whole. But specifically for us, no. And we need a little bit of help when it comes to certain things like what we just unpacked just now within this last couple minutes of this live stream. Am I losing something? I don't know what happened January 6th. All right, I'm about to Google what happened January 6th because I don't know. Donald Trump calls January 6th a day of love. Oh, the attack on the Capitol happened. That was in 2024. Oh, in 2021, the riots on the Capitol. Yeah, that was insane. I don't even know how they allowed that to happen. That was insane. Like, how, Sway? That's why I think everything is an inside job, because if the majority of those people looked like us, everybody would have been... There's no way me and all of my niggas could have rolled up it. There's no way. It's all rigged. Let us get 2 more likes up in here. 2 more likes. Everybody double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So y'all know that I don't do politics often. However, we talked about it just now, and I know that I probably expressed some views that is not directly in alignment with a lot of you all. And I hope that didn't cause too much discord to whereas you no longer want to follow me. But if you don't, I understand, because I know that everybody's not okay with opposing views when it comes to certain topics. I did not vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala. I'm just going to be quite honest. I didn't vote. I was independent, period. So if I've offended you in any type of way, that was not my intention. I love all of my love bugs. I love all of my supporters. I allow you all to speak your piece and have your opinions, even if it's a little crunk at times. And I would just pray that you all could extend me the same grace, because I'm a human too. You know, I have my own views, I have my own thoughts and ideas and opinions. I don't ever try to impose my thoughts and opinions on anybody. I'm really not into that. I don't like people that do that. That's why I don't talk about these things too much, because it's like a human nature thing. You kind of can't help it. And when it comes to religion too, you know, people that are like, you know, really religious, it's like an innate thing that they do to like try to sway you their way. And it's not malicious. It's not, you know, done to like be mean or rude or inconsiderate or insensitive to other groups of people who have a different view and different opinions and a different lifestyle choices, but it could come across that way. And I just hope that these couple of live streams that I did not do that. But if it did, then that's okay. It's okay. There will never be any love lost. I still love y'all. A lot of y'all are still on my day ones. But, you know, I know people don't, it's hard for people to respect other people's opinions when it's not the same as their own. I've experienced that quite a lot, so I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's like, how dare you go against the grain and not think what I think? I hate that bitch. I'm unsubscribing. I get it. I won't be mad. But I feel like, you know, these conversations are necessary, and we have to sometimes talk about certain things and at least get the ball rolling and just open the door, you know, even if it's just for discourse. It's okay. We love it here. Glad you had this conversation, but I didn't think about some of these things at all. No apology needed, boo. Yeah, we in the building. But y'all know how it be tricky with politics and religion. That's why I'll be like, child. But I said, since somebody already won, I could say what I really think. Once again, I didn't endorse anybody. I don't endorse anybody. I don't think anyone is better. I think they both don't have our best interests. That's just personally how I feel. And y'all know how I am. I'm always saying I put on specifically for melanin-rich women first. And when you think about women's rights, I personally feel like on both sides, our rights, we ain't getting them the way that we need to. In different ways. It's only 6:50. It feels so fucking late. It's bizarre. Let's all agree to disagree. Yeah. I really don't disagree with anything that anybody said, though. I just look at things in a different way, I guess. What rights do women not have? Well, you know, it's about terminations and access to birth control, I'm guessing in some states, but for the most part, it's about terminations, which is left up to individual states. And in certain states, you just can't do it after a certain amount of weeks. Certain states, you can't do it at all, but that has already been the case. So that's been the case for a couple of years now. And as far as other groups of alternative women being placed above biological women, their needs, their wants, their desires, their perspectives has been pedestalized over biological women. They've been able to infiltrate our spaces, trying to reclassify and rename us, trying to tell us that they could just come in the bathroom and we need to shut the fuck up and get over it and build a bridge and get over it. So that's what's been going on with women's rights. It's only been the 50th-ish year that women have been able to own property and have a checking account and run a marathon. Yes, we definitely spoke about that in a live as well, off topic, but I thought the eye method brow liner Oh, you bought it? You bought it? Yes. It looks like hair, right? That's lit. Ow. Damn, it just died. My laptop died. My sister unalive because of Texas being a red state. She got pregnant from an assault and couldn't. Oh, the baby unalives in her womb and they still wouldn't remove it. Oh my God, the sepsis. I'm so sorry about that. That's so tragic. I'm really, really sorry about your sister. I'm sending love and condolences to you and your family. That sounds made up. Things happen. We don't know what's true or what's not. But at the end of the day, things happen. And I'm about to go. We had some good lives today. I might come back in a couple hours, and I don't know if I feel like having y'all argue with me, child. So I'm like, should I throw a call in? Like, I don't know if I could take it right now. Or, I would just let y'all talk if I did do a call in and just really don't respond too much. Because, some people just need to get their stuff off their chest. They talking about a pardon for Diddy? Oh, I don't know. I got it. What time is it? It's 6:53 where I am. I'm in the New York tri-state area. Who did you vote for? I'm independent. You looking at me? Thank you. Thank you. Thumbnails. All right, you all. I'm out. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Love one another. Don't tear down each other because y'all have different political views. It's okay. We don't all have to be the same. It's all right. As long as we are respectful to one another, and as long as, we're not causing any harm, people could think what they want. They can live how they want to live. That's it. Do I have a monitor? I don't know what you mean, but show up as her, be heard. Don't let nobody play in your face. Life is a stage. You are at the center of it. Main character energy all day. Life is a movie. You're starring in it. I love y'all so much. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Bye, love bug.